problem, we've got a large triangle that has an altitude running through the middle of it, which really splits it up into three triangles. This small triangle on the right, a medium triangle on the left, and together those two triangles form the larger triangle here. So what we're trying to do is identify what those three similar right triangles are and how they compare with each other. And so down below I've got this set up for us where we're going to talk about those three triangles, and we're going to say whatever this first triangle is that we're going to call it, it's going to be similar to the second one. That second one's also going to be similar to the third one. Okay, with a theorem that we looked at showed us that when you've got an altitude running through it, all three of those triangles end up being similar. But we also need to be able to talk about them and compare the parts that are similar. So let's start with the largest triangle. We'll call it LKM. And if I'm going to compare that to the medium-sized triangle, this one on the left, I can't just pick any letters and say LNM or MNL. Remember, the order matters. So if I look at the larger triangle, and I'm going from L to K of that larger triangle, L to K in the larger triangle is the hypotenuse. Okay, so we need to find, if we're going to compare that to the medium triangle, we need to find the hypotenuse in the medium triangle as well, which is LM. So I could either write those first two as LM or MN. And now this is where, excuse me, LM or ML, because that's the hypotenuse depending on which order you put it. But you got to kind of look at which one of those to use. So if I go back to the large triangle, LK, I'm going from the side of the hypotenuse that's near the long leg, that's L, and then I'm going to K, which is the side of the hypotenuse that's near the short leg. Okay, so if I try to do that same thing in the middle triangle, this is my hypotenuse. I want to go start from the side of the triangle that's near the long leg, which again is L, and I'm taking it to the side of the hypotenuse that's near the short leg, which is M. Okay, and then the last part of that obviously has to be N to complete that medium triangle. Okay, we'll do the same thing, kind of that same process with the small triangle. Okay, it should match up, the first two letters should match up with LK from the large triangle and LM. So the hypotenuse of the small triangle is MK, but again, do we go from M to K or K to M? Well, we want to start with the point that's near the long leg. In this case, that's my hypotenuse. M is near the long leg of that small triangle. Okay, so we're going to start with M, and we go to K of the hypotenuse because K is the one near that short leg. And then finally, the last part of that small triangle is N. So we've got all three triangles, the largest one, which is made up of the medium size and the small triangle. All three of them are similar, and this similarity statement shows which parts of the triangles go together.